Good afternoon world, welcome to another daily vlog from Siargao Island here in the Philippines. It has just started pouring with rain, which actually was really bad timing because we were just about to leave for a beach picnic and then all of a sudden this happened. So it was quite good timing that we didn't actually leave. So instead, Story's having her beach picnic on the sofa, aren't you? Yeah. And watching a film, Smallfoot on Netflix. So I actually prepared Story some pasta and olives for her picnic with some banana chips and some trail mix there. And Jay and I are actually doing a 5-day kitchery cleanse, an Ayurvedic cleanse. We've done one before. This is our second time doing one. So I prepared all of our kitchery this morning, so that was going to be our lunch. I packed it all up into the bags ready to take. So it's just turned it into a little home picnic instead. We also had a delivery this morning. Eden's long-awaited kidney treats, which she actually loves.
She loves it.
Which is super rare for Eden because whenever we used to give her a new treat, she would reject it for ages.
And this was the only one I could find that is actually formulated naturally for dogs with chronic kidney disease. Yeah. And it came all the way from America.
It did, yeah.
This is our first American delivery from shipping cart.
Yeah. We also got this for Eden, dog greens.
Yeah. This is a famous supplement in the USA for animals that need natural support. Yeah. And it looks really good. Reviews are fantastic.
Yeah. And also it is human grade.
And it's vegan.
Yes, so if Eden doesn't like it, maybe we could use it in our smoothies.
It's basically all of our superfood powders, the green ones, mixed together into a formula that's perfect for dogs.
For dogs, and it just makes sure they get every nutrition, like nutritional benefit that they need.
And it supports the nutritional tract and adds like special flora into their guts so that it repairs damage done from antibiotics and pharmaceutical like medicines that you may have been given to your dog to help them. So we've done a lot of research into it, and you can only get this stuff in America. So we got a special delivery. It's a good thing we were here.
I'll show a close-up of this dog greens. So that's the ingredients there. You can read that. Pause the video and have a look if you're interested in what is actually in it. We haven't actually given this to Eden yet, so I'm gonna add it into her dinner later. Hopefully she will eat it, because that's the next step, actually getting it into her.
I don't have high hopes for eating this straight away. We might have to put very small amounts in the foods to begin with, or if worse comes to worse and she just totally rejects it over time, we can give it to her as a supplement, like in a spoon of oil. That's something that we've been learning to do for her, which works. So it's all part of Eden's recovery.
So we had actually already started giving Eden some kind of dog greens, but just not dog greens, it was our greens. So we were giving her spirulina powder and barley grass powder.
And chlorella
powder. Mixed with some pure coconut oil to get the fats into her. In the beginning she was okay, and then she kind of started resisting it, so then we started giving it to her just on a spoon, just to kind of get it in her.
I think she started rejecting the smell of the organic coconut oil. Yes. Because it's quite a strong smell, like the pure stuff. And she started appreciating like the more plain, a little bit more refined oil, which was still quite natural. But it wasn't as good as what we wanted to give her. It's very complicated with dogs with this condition because they get fussy with food. And Eden was already fussy with food, so double it.
Yes, I know. She's always been really fussy with food, so we have had some struggles.
It did make me smile a lot though to see her eating the treats today. Later on I'll show you how much she loves them, because it was a nice moment for us.
Well, let's do it now. She's already had some and she hasn't had her proper food yet, but for vlogging purposes, I'm sure Eden won't mind.
I'm sure Eden will love it.
What's in here? Sniff?
She loves the smell.
Oh, nice.
Story's come to help.
Do you want to give it to her?
No.
No? You already gave her 4, didn't you?
I don't want to feed her because I'm going to have dirty hands in a minute. That's
okay, you don't have to wash your hands again.
That's what they look like.
Straight away she grabbed these out of Story's hand when we gave her the first one. This is her 5th one of the day now, isn't it? And interestingly, again, this wasn't planned, but these treats are actually vegetarian. They've got some honey in them, which is not makes it like not a vegan thing.
But again though, they are human grade, so we could actually eat them if we so wanted to. And actually when I opened the bag, Story was like, oh, they smell nice. The main ingredient is rice flour, tapioca flour and oat flour, and then it has pumpkin powder, turmeric powder and cranberry extract, B vitamins, vitamin C and E.
So the story behind this is that the man who developed this was actually suffering from kidney disease himself, and he decided that the medicines just weren't a good enough solution for him long term. So he started developing his own human treatments, and then he realized that there are a lot of dogs out there with this condition, and so he started developing the dog treat version, and that's why it's all human grade. The reviews were all great, and everyone was saying that it feels so nice to be able to give your dog a treat that you know is actually going to be beneficial for their condition rather than just something to make them eat. So that's the reason why we bought these. So
yeah, if you have a pet with kidney issues, definitely check these out. They are a win with Eden. I was going to say Story then.
Yeah, we always do that.
So do you remember how much they were a bag?
Yeah, it was quite expensive actually. It was like $23 for one bag. But then if you live in the US, you can do like a subscription model. By the way, we're not sponsored to talk about this.
Oh no.
I just thought I would add this in. This is just information to share.
Yeah, we're excited because Eden's eating a treat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is just something that we've decided to do. It's completely unaffiliated. And we're just sharing the info in case anybody out there has got a dog with the same condition, which apparently it's like 9 out of 10.
Killers of dogs.
Yeah.
After cancer, this kidney and renal is the next big thing.
Also, somebody mentioned recently, and I want to cover it, Eden is not vegan, by the way. You know, she's always been a meat eater. We've always fed her meat biscuits her whole life. It just so happens that we didn't research how bad the food was at the time. Like basically dry dog foods, they're branded to make you think that they're healthy for puppies or for seniors, or you know, they've even got like medical standard or vet approved dry biscuits. But it turned out that what actually causes this problem in a lot of dogs is the dry biscuits that you feed your dog. Even the top premium brands. Once we found out what we were doing to her, you know, it was like, my goodness, even if you were just giving your dog basic rice and eggs and like some oil, you would be giving them a higher quality diet than all these expensive vet approved biscuits that you buy.
Yeah, and this has only come from a lot of research and actually having a dog that now needs a lot of care in this sector. So that's why we kind of feel okay to talk about it, because we actually met a lady a while ago now,
long time,
who had a bull terrier dog. And she fed him a raw food diet, and we went there to see like what she was feeding the dog, and we made a video about it. She asked us to come make a video about it. We came away like going, she's crazy, she spends more on her dog than we do on our weekly shop, and like we couldn't fathom why someone would spend that much time and effort into feeding their dog. She was giving it, you know, organic coconut oil and
liver,
different kinds of fish, and
everything was measured to the gram, like different types of organ meats and everything.
She had a special scale that she used just for her dog, and she gave him a special apple cider vinegar like foot bath, and it was extreme like dog care.
All organic, all holistic. And very expensive. And
at the time, like
we thought she was like
8 years ago, maybe now.
Yeah, a while back.
And we were like, that's mad, you know, doesn't she know you can just go to the shop and buy a bag of biscuits?
Exactly.
Like, and now we're like, okay.
I completely understand why she was doing it. And again, it came down to having something actually affect you personally. Eden was fine. She was young. She could handle all of the toxins that were in her food, you know. And so we just kept buying what we thought was safe. Until we realised it wasn't. So
and also, Eden's always had very bad teeth. Even though we've had them cleaned many times. When we picked her up when she was 5 years old, she had bad teeth. And we were just told by every vet that she went to, feed her dry biscuits because it will clean the teeth.
And they never did. And then it turns out that a lot of those things are like part of the cause of what was making her stress on the kidneys and also causing the bad teeth in itself. So there's a lot to learn about this type of animal care, And I wish we'd have known it sooner. I really do wish. We put so much research into ourselves and into Story's upbringing when she was born, and Eden took a back seat back then. And it's only now that we've brought her back and she's like primary care, you know, for us, we've realised how much we had to learn about the subject. Oh, is this your favourite part of the film?
Yeah.
You love dancing, don't you? Come and show us your move. Good footwork. I like it very much so. Well done. You're always happy, aren't you? Wow. Good spin. Impressive. Yeah, we used to do this Story when she was a little baby, when the music came on in the film. Oh, you're so old for that now. Sacha's set up in the home office here, looking through our old laptop.
I just opened Lightroom because I'm going to edit some pictures this afternoon, and this was the last thing that I looked at when I was in England, because this is what Lightroom has opened up with. I haven't been on here since England.
This was our visa application from Myanmar, and we needed to take a picture of Story at 3 years old, not smiling.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't smile, and she was like, why? And she did this kind of like weird frown.
Look at her hair, how short it was there. It even looks quite long there, but her hair's like down to her tummy now.
Yeah.
So that's how much her hair's grown in this time.
You can definitely see the difference, can't you?
And look, if you're missing seeing Jay with short hair.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah, there's the mug shot. You're definitely a bigger girl now, aren't you, Story?
Yeah, look how big I am.
You grew up a lot.
Is that my different spins?
You're much better at spinning now, aren't you?
Yeah,
Look at those pigtails. You're so much longer.
it's different.
It is different, yeah.
I know, look at that. When we were in England last, your hair was like here.
And she wants to show you them spinning.
Oh right, okay, I thought you were showing me your hair. Okay, go.
They do spin fast. Woo!
Whoa! Crazy spinner.
Hey, that's not what the office is for. The office is for working, not for spinning.
So I'm having my kitchery lunch in here today. The main mix of mine is mung beans with basmati rice. I can see Jay's almost finished his up there.
Yeah.
Jay's is more like a curry, isn't it? You have a lot of curry powder, curry spice and turmeric and coriander seeds in your one.
Yeah, it's got a cumin flavour as well. I thought it would be difficult to eat this for breakfast, but it's not. And the goal for me is to reduce my inflammation and my eczema.
And my Vata recipe here is a bit fresher, and one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this cleanse again was to kind of take a step back from food in a way and just kind of have a clearer mind, because you're no longer worrying about what you're going to cook each day. It's kind of already taken care of. You just know that you're going to be eating this 3 times a day, so you free up a lot of brain power. Let's see how it goes.
Just outside now, watching Eden do the rounds. Eden's gone off to the car park by herself. She's getting a bit more independent. Both the girls there, enjoying each other's company. I lost track of Eden, and I just see she's made her way up the hill by herself and just come running back down again. She's definitely getting stronger. A few days back now, I was walking around with Eden, and I needed to go back into the house to grab something, so I thought, she's quite independent, she'll be okay. And then I was inside for maybe 20 seconds. I came out, I couldn't find her anywhere, and I ended up finding her here. So what she'd done is she'd kind of walked herself off the edge, and then she'd slotted herself down there. The worst thing about it is that she wasn't making any noise, so there was almost no way, if I didn't have a clue as to where she could have got stuck, to know where she was going to be. We could have lost her for a whole day in the garden, so she is still reliant on us being around quite a bit. Look at that, I just found Adobo's hiding place. Eden's just in the jungle. Eden's ability to handle difficult terrain has improved as well. And who knows, maybe that little bit of swimming she did the other day did her some good. I definitely think that we need to take her out more and more to that little bit on the beach when we have good weather. See if we can encourage her more to move her legs. Get her ready for her island hopping adventures and her road trip around Mindanao. Hopefully we'll get that done. We just found out a few hours ago that The lady that works in Jolan's, Divine, who Story loved. Every time we went there, she was quite an important part of our lockdown journey because she's been there from the start. She is leaving to go back to her hometown tomorrow in Mindanao, and we're going to miss her by one day. She was hoping we'd be in GL today, but Story's forest school is going to be over the next few days, so we didn't go in. We did say to her though, when she goes back to her hometown and we're passing through Mindanao one day, we could come and visit and she can show us around that part of the world. That would be fantastic. Time to go home, Eden. There's too many mosquitoes out here now. Look at that contrast in the weather from earlier. I'm actually glad that we had the rains though, because it gave me a chance to test out my new window repair, which I can say is a success. We no longer have any water dripping down here. And hopefully that will be the end of that chapter for good, at least for this window anyway. How's the photo editing in the office going?
Nice.
I like the candles touch here.
Yeah.
This little female touch there. You've got the masculine camera graveyard up here. And then some beautiful candles burning.
Look at this.
Look at that. Here. Oh, this is it, isn't it? This is why we do what we do. Look at that memory for Story. Imagine we didn't do this, eh? And she didn't have that shot to keep in her collection of Eden. Oh, that's brilliant.
We have a crow visitor. Jay and I have just switched seats. I'm going to go and make Story's dinner now. I think I'm going to make her some garlic rice tonight. And I'm going to end the vlog for today. So I hope you enjoyed this little daily vlog. And we'll see you tomorrow for another one. Bye!